Y'all, hold on a sec. Did Tia Mowry just get outed for being on the down low? What in the world is in the air in 2024, and why is suddenly every celebrity getting outed? Child, the streets are saying that this is why Tia suddenly up and left Cory after more than 20 years together. Honestly, if this is true, it makes more sense than calling her marriage a curriculum and her divorce a graduation.
Marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Cory some beautiful, amazing children. Yeah. And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration. So that's basically, how I'm.
You know, when two people go their separate ways, whether it's a breakup or a divorce, the first person to talk about it in public, or the one that talks about it the most, is usually trying to change the narrative about what really went down. Like this whole DDG and Halle situation, because DDG has been doing live streams talking about their breakup while Halle has remained completely silent on the matter. DDG and Halle is a conversation for another day, but it really reminded me of how differently Cory and Tia have handled their divorce. She was everywhere talking about it, even throwing subtle shade at Cory just a month after the divorce announcement. Popped out and said that she was ready to go dating again. She was talking about how she was finally free to do whatever she wanted to do and was not going to be held down ever again.
I knew when I really started to focus on my happiness. I feel like women, we tend to focus on everybody else's happiness. Making sure that everybody else is okay, meaning our children. Meaning, our children, our friends, our, family.
Anytime I heard her talking about her divorce, it literally sounded like she was in a prison with a man she couldn't wait to escape from. Meanwhile, Cory was called a cheater and a good-for-nothing hobo who was living off his wife's fame and success. And Tia never once checked her fans or defended Cory against the nasty comments. When Cory started giving interviews, everyone sort of had it in the back of their minds that he would have something negative to say about Tia because of her press run. But he protected her and still protects her to this day.
My real life is my real life, and I've never been that way. Even being in a situation married, I always protected my kids, and I protected her as well, because I feel like that's a man's duty. Whether you're together or not, it's to always protect her, even though no matter what's going on. I don't fall into the pressure. Like, you can't pressure me into putting no one down.
This man was out here moving with grace, and Tia was milking the divorce as much as she could. I mean, Miss Girl even came out with a reality show, and the main theme of it is her life after divorce. And child, now Tasha K has come out with receipts that allegedly disproves everything that Tia has said about her marriage thus far.
A lot of people, just like you see these girls out here getting these BBLs and they do it for clout. And then when they undo the BBLs, they do it for clout. You know what I'm saying? And now everybody wants slim, thick, fit bodies. You know what I'm saying? They doing that for clout. The divorce is the new clout too. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And when I tell you Tia racked in the sympathy, homegirl wanted her own show. There was a lot of things she was trying to get by monetizing her divorce. Now, I heard, and this is just alleged, okay? Just like when we unveil Papoose' new girlfriend, that's alleged. On TashaKLive.com right after this, so y'all make sure y'all have them subscriptions. Now, they're saying that the reason Tia left Cory is because she was allegedly, look to your neighbor and say allegedly, because we ain't got no money, okay? Allegedly, for the girls. She wanted to play on the girl team. She wanted to play softball. I played softball for years, and when I tell you them girls, they was... That's why she ended up divorcing him and basically selling her divorce with follows. Now, I've been told you, because she was saying, I'm out here trying to date right after the divorce, because it hadn't been a month. I'm out here trying to date, and it's just really hard out here. And I'm like, well, why did you leave in the first place? If you wanted to take time for yourself, if this was a new era for you, why are you jumping back outside so quickly and your divorce is not even finalized? This man been on social media telling everybody he miss his wife. I want my wife back. He miss his wife. The whole time, wife never even liked him.
So according to this exclusive tea that Tasha has on her hands, Tia was so excited to be back in these streets because she can finally be her true self. Hey, if she wants a round of a softball, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Tia and her twin sister lived very sheltered lives. And as soon as she left the protective rearing of her parents, she jumped into a relationship with Cory. And 25 years later, she's looking to explore. She went along with what she thought was the traditional way of doing things until she got tired of it. And it's hard to really fault her for that. But if Tia really wants to go and bat for the other team, she should have done so quietly. Tia has been attached to someone all her life. First her twin, then Cory, and for the first time in her life, she's got to do life without a partner. She started using social media as therapy and to get people to love her as she monetizes the heck out of her drama. While she's out here waiting to have her cake and eat it too, Cory and Tamara are catching strays when they're doing nothing but minding their own business. And word on the street is that Tamara knew that Tia wanted to be with girls. Tamara made it clear to her sister that leaving Cory was a bad idea and she wasn't in full support of it, which is why Tia and Tamara's relationship is not in the same space anymore.
Because she called you on your the same way I did. Why are we in it? If you moving on, move on. Why do you keep talking about this divorce? Why are you on every talk show? This man still ain't did one interview about you. So sister came out and responded to Tia saying the reason we're not close is because you were obsessed over headlines and media coverage covering your divorce. That's why you're no longer close. So you went from confiding in your sister, bothering her every day, I'm gonna leave this man, I don't want this man, I don't want this man, to now, this is a whole press run for a divorce. It is completely consumed.
But like I said, it doesn't matter who Tia likes as long as she's living in her truth and not dragging Cory down with her. But this is not about supporting men, because we all know men can stain your white and they be playing in your face. But let's call a spade, because Cory didn't do anything. And Tia will lose the support that she drummed up for herself if she keeps making sly and inappropriate comments as it pertains to Cory and their marriage.
I lived my life for others, and I found validation with myself.
You shouldn't have to act in your life.
Yeah, that part. And that's what it was. I got tired of not being authentic, and living in my truth. I got tired of showing up at events and people thinking that everything was perfect when it wasn't, like I would go home and feel alone. My persona as a celebrity is kind of like the girl next door, the white picket fence. But what I didn't show was the reality of what was really going on in my marriage. Maybe I was trying to live a fantasy.
Quote, something is truly wrong with Tia. She gets no sympathy from me for real. Girl, that money and little success went to your head, end quote. And another, quote, I'm so glad more women are calling Tia out. She's the problem in all her relationships. I'm happy her sister is also keeping her distance. Tia is surrounding herself with people who won't tell her hard truths, and it's sad, end quote. Quote, Cory is a bigger man by not feeding on the foolishness, end quote. It'd be better for Tia if she would just stop addressing so many things publicly for a while and just took some time out of the limelight to figure out who she is and what she really wants. But what do you guys think? Could Tia be playing for the other team, or does she just want to have some fun in these streets? Let's talk in the comments. And if you want to see how Tia and Cory are handling their relationship drama, then watch this.